What's up, nerds, and welcome to my Corrupted Gauntlet guide. Today I'm going to be showing you what plugins you'll need to make CG a breeze, as well as what stats you'll want to have. You'll get to see a full run, and before you know it, you'll be showing off your new shiny bowfa to all your friends. Don't forget to give this video a like, and hit that subscribe button to catch all my future videos and guides. Now let's get into the video. So to start, let's start with what plugins you guys will want. So first you're going to want to download the Hunllef Helper plugin. This is a huge help. You're going to go to the plugin hub and type in Hunllef and you'll see Hunllef Helper and click install by Lowe's Put. So when you install it, go to the configuration and this is what you'll want to see. Show panel inside Gauntlet, audio mode default. I have my volume at 60. You can set that to whatever you like. I think 60 is fine. Also, if you want to preset your Hunllef helper, so if you click, for example, the number 1, it'll pop up for you when you click it. You can do that as well. I personally don't do that and just start it on my own, but you're more than welcome to if you'd like. The next plugin you'll want is the Gauntlet plugin. So again, go to the plugin hub and type in the Gauntlet, and you'll see Arduda, the Gauntlet plugin. You want to install that, and once you have that installed, you go to the configuration. Now this is a little more in depth, but this is going to help you tremendously as well as far as keeping track of resources and how everything is laid out within the Gauntlet. So you can just copy me here, track your resources, have your ore, bark, and terrenium at 7, your leaf and frames at 2, paddlefish I set at 20, shards at 500, and then you'll have bowstring and orb checked, and you do not need the spike check because that would be for the melee weapon. We'll be using range and magic. As far as your resource overlay, you want everything checked except dynamically remove overlays. You can check that if you want. That will get rid of them, I believe, as you collect them, but I just always have that checked off. Utilities, you want both things checked. You can change colors as you want. NPCs, everything checked on. And for Hunllef, I have everything checked, and you want true tile on your outline tornado tile. That's going to show you exactly where those tornadoes are. And for the last plugin you'll want to have on, which you may already have but you might not, is the tile indicators plugin. Now this one will already be installed, I believe. You don't have to download that from the plugin hub, but this is a huge help too, and this shows you where you are in the game rather than what your screen is showing. So I have everything clicked and you can color it the way you want, but as you can see here, when I click, the blue box moves ahead of my character. That's where I am in the game, what the blue box is. So as I'm running, I'm actually seeing where my character is in game in real time rather than what my screen is showing. So you'll want all those checked and you can color it the way you want. When it comes to stats, you're going to want at least base 80s in attack, strength, defense, range, magic, and hit points, if not a little bit higher. And then with prayer, you're going to want probably, I'd say, at least 77 for rigor. I do not have rigor. I have eagle eye. I also don't have augury. I have mystic might, and you'll see that in the kill clip. But if you do have those two, rigor and augury, that's going to be a huge help as well. The gauntlet is located in northwest Prif, so there's multiple ways you can get there. You can use the teleport crystal and teleport to Prif via that. You can use a charter ship and get to Prif. You could also use the Prif house teleport if you change your house to Prif, or you can also use a spirit tree to travel to Prif as well. But I find the house teleport to be the easiest, and on screen that's where you can see where you end up if you do use the house teleport. And one last thing before we start, if you go to all settings and go to controls, and then scroll down, you'll see it saying keybinds or F keys. You're going to want to set your inventory to F1 and your prayer to F2. If you don't use F keys, I highly recommend using them for Corrupted Gauntlet because it's going to make your life a lot easier switching between your inventory and prayer, as you'll need to do that a lot during the fight. So if you're not the best at it or haven't really used it, this is a really good opportunity to start to learn, because you're going to also need F keys when you're raiding and doing a lot of other bosses as well. But now let's get into a kill clip. So we're going to head into the Corrupt Gauntlet. Scary. So we're going to go over here and we're going to start by chopping some wood. And we're also going to attack this rat after we're done. We're going to use piety. These rats have a 1 in 3 chance of dropping a weapon frame. We got lucky and got it on the first one. If you kill any of the lower level monsters like rats or spiders or bats, they have a 1 in 3 chance of dropping a weapon frame. Or you might see a medium level monster like a unicorn. Those will drop them every single time, so it doesn't really matter. I prefer to kill the medium ones if I see them, but it's honestly whatever I see first. So like I said, when you go into these rooms, you're just going to collect as many resources as you can. We collected everything here. We go into the next one. We're going to make a little C around our room we originally spawned in. I will show you that when we're done so you can see it on the map. We're going to do a little fishing again. Go collect some wool over here. And now our inventory is full, so we're going to go to the range and cook these paddlefish and then drop them at the range to create more inventory space. I would definitely use protect from melee when things are attacking you. Even the low level ones will still do a little bit of damage, and you're better off using your prayer points and protecting yourself rather than getting hurt. Mainly to save inventory space. But we got our last piece of bark, so we dropped our axe. We're gonna get our last grem leaf, and now we don't need bark. So as I'm running over to the next room here, I'm just rearranging a little bit, getting organized. Collect some more wool, get our last one. We're gonna do a little mining because we haven't gotten any ores yet. We already have some paddlefish. So we're gonna collect some paddlefish here. We can only get 3 more. And we're just gonna see what's in the next room, see if there's any more ore or paddlefish. There is some paddlefish, and we'll come back for that in a second. But we're gonna go make an attuned staff and also make some armor pieces. So we're gonna come over to the singing bowl and make an attuned staff by clicking twice. And we're gonna make 1 piece of armor, 2 vials, and see how many other pieces. Oh, we can make all the pieces, but they're just basic. We still need to make attuned or tier 2 armor. So we're gonna drop the rest of our resources because we can't make anything else. We're gonna finish up fishing. Now, while you're fishing for paddlefish, you can also use your vials on the pools, and this will fill your vials with water as you fish to save a little bit of time. Like I said, you want to try to do whatever you can to save any amount of time because you don't have a lot while you're getting prepared. So we're going to use our leaves on the vials of water, and then we're going to crush 10 shards each to put into the vials, and those will be potions that will be staminas and also prayer potions in one, which is awesome. So once you do that, come back. We're gonna cook the rest of our paddlefish, and we're gonna drop them. And as you can see in the top left, as we gathered resources and stuff, they all went down, and that is part of the gauntlet helper that we set earlier. And if you're a little bit lower prayer level, you can make an extra Egniel potion, and that's going to just add an extra 20 shards to your total. So if you go into the gauntlet helper and add another 20 to the 500 shards you already have set, that will have you set up for that as well. And as you can see, we made a C around the original room we came in, and all the Demi Bosses are going to be in the middle 3 rooms of the north, east, west, and south sides of the gauntlet. So if you're just solely looking for Demi Bosses and you have all your resources, you want to focus on those 3 middle areas of the 4 sides of the map.
There are 3 different Demi Bosses. There's the Corrupted Dark Beast who drops the bowstring, the Corrupted Bear that drops the spike, and the Corrupted Dragon that drops the orb. You only need the bowstring and the orb, but if you do see a bear, feel free to kill them, because if you see a duplicate bear, then they will drop something other than a spike, either a bowstring or orb, whatever one you don't have. So it still makes sense to kill the bear even if you don't need the spike. And if you do get a spike and you have it left over, you can use it with the pestle and mortar to make it into 80 crystal shards as well. So that can also be a big help if you're short on shards. And when you fight them, you want to pray accordingly. So the dark beast, you want to pray range, the bear, you want to pray melee, and the dragon, you want to pray mage against. So we're going to start off by going south, throw on protect from melee from these little rats. And no demi boss, but we do have some ore here, so we're gonna mine these. We need 1 more ore after we're done. We're gonna check to see if there's any bosses over here. Nope. We're gonna go over here, see if we find any bosses. We don't, so we know the demi bosses are in the 3 middle areas of the northeast, west, and south side. So we're just gonna kind of cut over here, hopefully maybe find another ore vein. And yep, there's an ore vein. So we're gonna mine our last ore and then drop our pickaxe. And now we can just solely focus on finding demi bosses. Here we found a dragon, so we're gonna throw on protect from mage, and we're gonna pray flick mystic might. You don't have to pray flick. I do just to speed up the kills. Like I said earlier, you want to try to get everything done as quickly as possible, so flicking will help you do a little extra damage. And of course right now I'm doing crap damage. But we're gonna eventually kill this dragon. And there he's done, and you can see he dropped the orb. So now we just need a bowstring. We also gonna pick up that weapon frame because we'll need another one for the bow. And we found the dark beast, so we're gonna pray range, and again pray flick. Try to kill him as quickly as possible. Again, not doing great damage right now. But luckily, we found things pretty quickly, so we still have 1 minute 45 and counting, so we still got plenty of time. Come on, baby, we can do this. Of course, we hit a 1. All right, he's finally down. So he dropped the bowstring. Now you can still see we are 54 shards short, so we're just gonna keep up. Okay. We found the bear, so we're going to kill him and get the remainder of the shards. Now he'll probably drop more than 54 shards, but I'll still show you grinding up that spike on the pestle and mortar for the extra 80 shards. Killed him pretty quick. And we're short 17 more shards, so killing him for the spike worked perfectly. We're going to grind that up, and now we're good. So we're going to teleport back to the center room. We're going to drop the remainder of our stuff other than our shards. I'm going to pick up the resources we dropped earlier and use the singing bowl, and we're going to make a perfected bow, a perfected staff, and tier 2 or attuned armor. And now we're going to drop the shards and pick up the rest of our food that we dropped earlier as well. We still have 30 seconds to spare, so we're fine. Pick them up, click, 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 click. And now we're going to run over and get ready to fight Hunllef, but before we do, I'm just going to go over a few things. So, Hunllef sucks. To be honest with you, I had 34 deaths before I even got my first corrupted Kc. I'd say at least half of those were just trying to get the tier 2 prep down, and then another half was just dying learning Hunllef. But I promise you it will get easier. I have over 400 Kc now. I have my bowfa and full crystal, so things will get better, but don't be discouraged if you keep dying or can't get the prep down right away. It'll all come to you. But She always starts with range, so you're going to want to have your quick prayers set to protect from range. And then I always just have it protect from range in Eagle Eye. You can have Rigor, Mystic Might, Augury, whatever you got. She uses both range and mage attacks. Every fourth attack, she will switch whether she hits you or not. While attacking with mage, she might use a prayer disable attack, and it's very noticeable. It'll be like a pink ball you'll see in the kill clip. Every 6 attacks from you, successful or not, she will switch prayers. So be ready for that. Keep an eye out for her when she changes her overhead prayers. Do not stand under her or she'll use a stomp attack and it can hit up to a 68. So unless if you want to get destroyed, don't do that. She will summon tornadoes throughout the fight that you have to run away from. This is a good time to eat or use your potion or whatever. And always, always, always avoid the highlighted tiles on the ground, because if you stand on them, they'll stack on you and they will do a lot of damage and stack you out. And lastly, there are some marked tiles that I'm using, and I will put those in the description. Those are little safe spots you can stand in during her final phase. She likes to summon a lot of tornadoes, and the floor tiles like to switch a lot, so those safe spots are key, especially like I said in the final phase. You're going to be kind of running around in hectic, and I feel like that's where most people mess up on, so focusing on those safe spots is going to be a huge help for you in the long run. And lastly, I'm going to have the Hunllef helper on, so it's going to audibly be telling me when to switch between range and mage throughout the fight. It's also a huge help, so you don't have to pay attention to that. You can pay attention to your health or your prayer or running away from tornadoes and stuff like that. So I will have that on and you will be able to hear it throughout the fight. So I think that's all. I think you guys are ready and we're going to go for that KC. Let's go get it. Alright, so I got my quick prayer set, Hunllef helper out. We're going to turn on the prayer attack. And as soon as we get hit, we're going to start the Hunllef helper. And we're just going to sit and attack and wait for him
2, 1,
to switch
mage,
attack styles. Boom. See, that's how huge the Hunllef helper is. You don't even have to really pay attention. You just have to listen. That's it. All right, when he does that
2,
stomp, that's when the
1,
tornadoes come out. So we're going
range,
to run, and this is where the true tile really helps to see where you actually are, and the true tile on the tornadoes themselves to see where they are.
2, 1, mage,
And that's all we're going to do. We're just going to keep a prayer up. Up there's a pink ball. So when that pink ball comes out, remember that it will
2,
disable all your
1,
prayers.
range,
And we're going to switch attack, keep the prayer up. Now, when he does the stomp attack and the
2,
tornadoes come out,
1,
like I said, it's a really
mage,
good chance to catch up if you're a little bit lower on food, if your prayer's running a little bit low. You know, you can attack
2,
in between like I
1,
am, but you
range,
totally don't have to, especially in the beginning. I didn't. I just focus on staying alive. But as you get a little more comfortable, you can kind of
2,
attack in
1,
between,
mage,
running away from the tornadoes. But see, so far it's not really that big of a deal. Just really got to pay attention for those pink orbs
2,
that come out when she
1,
shoots those and disables
range,
your prayers. And really pay attention to those floor tiles. And we're going to run. See, we're getting a little low on health here. So we're going to just
2,
take a couple bites to
1,
eat.
mage,
Make sure your prayer's right. Um, Having Eagle Eye or Rigor or Mystic Might and Augury is
2,
going to be, like I said, a
1,
really huge help.
range,
You want to try to have those on as much as possible. F keys, like I said, are a huge help as well.
2, 1, mage,
But you guys can see it's really not that bad. As long as you got your prayers on, you're protecting from the right thing, you're gonna be okay. You just
2,
gotta not panic,
1,
take a deep breath,
range,
and just go. All right, we're gonna attack here. We're gonna be getting close to the final phase where it
2,
gets really
1,
hectic.
mage,
And his final phase happens around a third of his health, so it should be any second here. And you'll notice most of the floor
2,
will be covered in
1,
tiles. That's why I'm
range.
standing in the safe spots highlighted areas now. And all right, so now we're in the final phase. The floor tiles are going to switch a lot
2,
quicker. They're
1,
going to cover more
mage.
area. He's going to let 4 tornadoes come out now instead of 3 or 2. So you got to really just pay attention. This is
2,
definitely the type of
1,
phase where you just want to make sure
range.
your health and prayer is on. Don't really want to mess around too much. There we go. See, we pretty
2,
much easily avoided.
1,
The true tile again
mage.
helps a ton, especially in this, so you can see where your guy is in real time, not what you see on your screen.
2,
More
1,
tornadoes.
range.
Run away. Health is pretty good right now. We're going to take a little damage. That's okay. Don't panic.
2, 1, mage.
And that's the main thing with this, guys, is you just got to not panic. You got to be okay, a little comfortable with a little bit lower health sometimes, and
2,
just trust your
1,
clicks. Don't spam
range.
click everywhere. Just try to make precise clicks as much as possible.
2, 1, mage.
And one more tornado attack, it looks like. Just gonna run around here. Seeing this is by far
2,
not a perfect kill or
1,
anything, but we're
range.
still doing fine. Not panicking. Just finding the open spots to run. Get right back to the safe spot when the tornadoes are away.
2, 1,
And
mage.
so close. Boom. We did it. We got that KC. Let's go. Let's see what we got. We're
2,
gonna get another.
1,
Oh, sorry
range.
about that. Are we gonna get another weapon C? Could it happen? Could it happen? No, of course not. But I can't really complain. I already got one, so let's go me. Well, I hope this guy was able to help y'all out. I know CG can be a grind, but once it clicks for you, it's an amazing feeling. Just remember, it took me about 38 tries before even getting a single KC, so give it time. Keep going at it and you'll get it down before you know it. This is where I stand currently at the making of this video. Not perfect, but proof that once you get the hang of it, it honestly becomes a breeze. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button to see all my future guides and videos. Hope to see y'all soon. Peace out, nerds.